Section 20 of Stanton White, A Romance of the New South, by Asa Zadel Hall. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 20, A Changed Program. Just as I had concluded that some mistake had caused both Stanton and Mr. Edson to miss us at the train, a carriage was drawn swiftly up to the platform, and Stanton, his hat drawn well down over his face, stepped out to greet us. "You see, I scarcely dare show my face around here because of the reporters who are besieging us today," he explained as he bundled us into the carriage. Then, replying to the girls' inquiring looks as we sped away over the city pavements, "Your father is very tired. He passed a restless night, and he thought it best to keep quiet today, in order that he might be in better condition for the ordeal this evening. Of course you will wish to see the city, and I have arranged with the driver to take you to some places of interest, returning you to the hotel in plenty of time for supper. By that time I hope that Mr. Edson will be able to see you. Here we are at the hotel. I must now excuse myself to look after Mr. Edson's interests. I wish you a pleasant drive." There was some anxiety felt and expressed as the carriage bowled away, but the novelty of our experiences during the afternoon seemed to banish apprehension. It was not until the afternoon had sped and the carriage had turned down the street on which the hotel was situated that our unshaped premonitions deepened into dread of the news awaiting us at the hotel, and we were not reassured by Stanton's face as he met us in the hall. "This is unfortunate indeed, for Mr. Edson has not been able to rise. Harold, may I advise with you for a moment?" "No. Upon second thought I feel that the ladies should know their father's exact condition, for they may be able to advise more intelligently than anyone else. It is nothing serious, only exhaustion, sheer exhaustion from his long-continued labors. His nerves have been utterly racked. To speak plainly, he did not sleep a wink last night, and his system is in such a state that his old craving for the drug has come back. He has resisted all our attempts at having medical assistance. He fears lest something may be administered which would make him once more a slave to the habit from which he is now free, and he feels that if he fails now, he will never have the courage to try again. Listen. It sounds as if he is attempting to get up now. Excuse me a moment while I go to his assistance." In a few moments Stanton returned. "I fear that all is lost. He is up and pacing back and forth in that measured fashion that shows the fight is on for good. He will not give up until his strength is exhausted or the gnawing of the appetite has subsided. He has bidden me lock him in his room and admit no one under any circumstances. He has bolted the door on the inside to make sure that his wishes are fulfilled. He says that he will conquer or die in the attempt. Now, I suppose that I ought not to have told you this, but I thought you'd like to know Mr. Edson's exact condition." "Mr. White," said Miss Zoe in a trembling voice, "we thank you for this confidence, but is there nothing we can do? You know that our father is all that we have now." Then she burst into tears. "Mr. White," it was Miss Irma talking now, and all gave breathless heed to her calm, unstudied utterance. "Mr. White, what would be best for my father if he were willing to submit to it?" "Why, Miss Irma, of course if there were a doctor here that we could trust, we might give your father some assistance in his struggle and perhaps cause him to rally more quickly than if he had no medical assistance." I chanced to recall the name of a physician whom I knew in the hospital at Philadelphia. I can trust him. He located in Jacksonville, but I don't know just where. And of course he may have removed from here. I'll see if I can find his name in the directory. Meanwhile, you people had better go to your rooms, and I'll be back directly." In 5 minutes he returned with beaming face. "Well, the doctor is located not far from here. I dispatched a messenger for him, and he will probably be here in 15 or 20 minutes. There goes the supper gong. You people should eat to keep up strength for the demands of the next few hours. I'll wait here for the doctor, and if I have time, I'll snatch a few bites to eat a little later. No use protesting. It's 6:30 now, and it's supper time. Go right along." He led the girls gently from the room and watched them descend to the dining room in company with me. Then he turned in the direction of the measured treading of the imprisoned man. Upon our return, we found Stanton and the doctor in earnest conversation. 8 o'clock, did you say?" "Yes, that's the time it is announced to begin," said Stanton. "It can't be done," returned the other. "No human being could bring the professor to himself in that length of time. Now, if something could be done to postpone his speech until 9, it might then be possible." "Very well," said Stanton. "Doctor, I rely upon you implicitly. If you were to give him anything but the right remedy now, it would surely wreck his life. If you have not changed since I last saw you, I believe that my confidence is not misplaced." "If you have any doubts about it, you'd better call somebody else," exclaimed the doctor a little testily. "If not, then admit me at once." Stanton then approached the door, and knocking loudly, said in cheery tones, "Mr. Edson, a friend of mine has just come, and he wishes to see you for a few moments to perfect some arrangements for the meeting. Do you think that you can prepare to see him shortly? The time of the meeting will soon be here, and our arrangements must be completed with all speed." There was a slight pause in the rhythmical pacing in the adjoining room, but in an instant it was resumed again. "Tell the gentleman that I am unable to see anyone this evening. Whatever arrangements he makes with you will be satisfactory." Stanton stared helplessly at the floor for a moment. Then, gathering courage again, replied more insistently, "But the gentleman will take no refusal. He insists upon seeing you personally, and begs to be admitted at once. I'll unlock the door now, and when you are ready you can unbolt the door from your side, which will be a signal for me to invite him in." Another slight pause in the walking. "I utterly refuse to see anyone. I supposed that you understood. I dislike to be importuned thus." "What shall we do?" whispered Stanton, stepping back to where the doctor and the rest of us were staring blankly into each other's faces. "You have heard his reply. What can we do? Every minute is precious." "Can't we batter down the door? Or isn't there some way in which we can force an entrance?" asked the doctor desperately. "We might," returned Stanton, "but I doubt whether we'd get him to take any medicine under such circumstances." "You won't batter down the door of my father's room," declared Miss Zoe impulsively. "Not so long as I can prevent it." "Shh," said Miss Irma. "He might hear you, Zoe dear, and that would defeat all our plans. No, trust me, my father will open the door for me." Stanton regarded her with looks of mingled apprehension and admiration as she advanced toward the door in her frank, self-reliant way. "Father," said she quietly. The pacing ceased. "Why, daughter," said a voice that sounded almost natural, "I had entirely forgotten that you were in the city. I had hoped to be able to see you this evening, but perhaps we had better wait until morning. I'll be better then." The voice had relapsed into its old, tired, haunted cadence. Our group of listeners looked at each other hopelessly. "Father," said the daughter in exactly the same tone as before, "I have a single request to make of you. You have never refused me anything yet. It is something which will be of assistance to you and those you love best that I wish to ask. Shall I proceed? Are you listening?" After a painful pause, the answer came. "Proceed. I am listening." "Father, dear, a gentleman whom Mr. White knew very well in the North is here." An impatient movement from within. "Mr. White trusts him implicitly. He is a physician." At the word physician, a start was perceptible in the other room. The listener took 1 or 2 steps, then paused again, irresolute. "He says that he can help you so much that in 2 hours from now you can attend the mass meeting. and perhaps make a few remarks, although he does not advise you to say very much. Mr. White will provide for the vacant time until your arrival. My request is that for my sake, and the sake of all your loved ones, you admit the physician at once." "I grant your request." The bolt flew back. Seizing his medicine case, the doctor quickly entered, followed by Stanton. 15 minutes gone. 45 minutes until the mass meeting begins, said I, looking at my watch. "Mr. Edson," said Miss Zoe, with an air of finality, after a pause of some minutes, "I believe you had better go to the meeting with Mr. White, while my sister and I can remain here within call of Papa. You can perhaps be of service at the mass meeting, particularly if that impudent Torment happens to be there. He might wish to do violence to Mr. White, against whom he seems to bear a grudge. I am sure that Irma and I will be safe here, and we together, with the doctor, can take care of Papa nicely." "Why, bless you," thought I, "you have expressed my sentiments exactly." Aloud, I said, "I think you're right, as you usually are. Promise me, though, that neither you nor your sister will leave this room until after my return, unless accompanied by your father. You are little aware of the dangers of a city. Anywhere away from here, danger may lurk." Miss Zoe promised faithfully, while a happy flush overspread her face. Perhaps, I told myself, at the thought of my solicitude for her welfare. "Mr. Esson is sleeping like a child," said Stanton, tiptoeing from the other room. "The doctor said it would seem too bad to waken him in an hour and a half, but if, when awakened, he felt like making the trip to the hall, he would be permitted to do so. If he decides not to go, a message will apprise us of the fact. Harold, will you accompany me? Can you ladies spare him? It's time we are starting for the meeting. The doctor will call a carriage if your father is able to go. Good night, ladies." Stanton and I walked rapidly away, arm in arm. End of section 20. Read by James K. White, Chula Vista.